Hey fam, Master Coach G here, thriving after 50, mind, body, soul. And in today's episode, I am unpacking a word that we hear all the time. But do we know what it really means? That word is wellness. I don't think people really understand what that word really means. So today I am going to unpack that word so that way you will know how to obtain wellness and how to maintain your wellness. This is Master Coach G, and I will see you on the inside. Hey fam, Master Coach G here, thriving after 50, mind, body, soul. And in today's episode, we are unpacking a word that we hear all the time. And that word is wellness. But do you really know what it means? Do you really know and understand what wellness is? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to break it down today. Okay, we're going to break down what wellness really is. So the question is, what is wellness? Okay, because you need to understand what it is. Wellness is, people always say they're healthy, but there's a difference between healthy and wellness. So let me explain what wellness is. Wellness is more than the absence of disease. It's a state of completeness, a balance in your mind, in your body, and in your soul. That's wellness. Wellness is the whole entire thing, your whole body, everything that makes up who you are. That's what wellness is. Okay, so it's not just being absent or not having, high blood pressure or diabetes. It's more than that. Wellness is more than that. It is a state of completion where everything is balanced. Your mind, your body, and your soul. Okay. People say they're healthy, but let's take a look at the difference between health and wellness. Health is physical. Wellness is the whole picture. Mind, body, soul. Okay. So let me share a couple of examples so that way you will probably get a better idea of what I'm talking about. Okay. A person might be free of illnesses, but still feel drained, anxious, or disconnected. So can you relate to that? Where even though you may not be ill, but you still feel drained, or you have anxiousness, or you are depressed, or you feel disconnected. That is the difference between wellness and health. Okay. So physical wellness is energy, movement, sleep, nutrition, which I always talk about the 4 principles, the 4 pillars, if you will, which is the exercise, the sleep, the water, and what we eat. So yes, physical wellness involves your energy, your movement, your sleep, and your nutrition. Okay. We also have emotional wellness, which is resilience, self-awareness, and stress management. So when I talked about a few minutes ago, when I talked about being complete, mind, body, soul, you got the physical wellness and you have the emotional wellness. You also have spiritual wellness, which is purpose, your connection with God or your higher power, whoever it is that you serve, and your values. That's your spiritual wellness. We also have social wellness, which is our relationships, our support systems, and healthy communication. That is social wellness. We also have intellectual wellness, from learning, curiosity, and personal growth. Now, let's take a look at occupational and financial wellness, okay? Which means that includes our work and our financial stability and having a balance. So when I talk about work, I'm talking about meaningful work, like work that's a part of your, that is a part of your purpose, if you will, okay? We also have environmental wellness. I think it was, I don't know, it was right before the pandemic. I did, at that time I had a podcast, but it was a visual podcast. So it was aired in 128 countries. And I talked about environmental wellness. I don't think that people put much stock into that, not understanding that our environment plays a big part of our health. Okay, the support that we have in our surroundings, reducing the toxins, making sure that our environment is safe. And when I say that, what I mean is, all that plays a part in us being well. Our environmental wellness plays a big part, because people can be in an environment, it's dark, it's gloomy, and this is the thing I've never understood. I've never understood how people can sit in their house with the blinds closed all day. To me, it's like, that's kind of like borderline depression for me. I personally, I can't do that. But that's a part of, my environment. So you have to know what makes you happy in your environment and what makes you sad in your environment. So environmental wellness is very important. Here's another thing that I think that we should definitely look at is, when we talk about wellness, we should look at the physical aspect, the physical wellness. Okay. The physical wellness and all the other ones that we just talked about, is important. It's major. I would say that's probably number one on the list. Okay. The physical wellness. And I'm not just talking about being absent of, illnesses either. Take some time to get outside, get some fresh air, get some vitamin D, enjoy nature, listen to the birds, enjoy the fresh air, go out for a walk. Okay. Even if it's just 15 minutes a day, you will see a shift, a major difference in your energy levels. Okay. So I urge you, I'm begging you that to start with your physical wellness and get out and enjoy the earth, the environment that we have around us as far as outside is concerned. Go for a walk. When I was 237 pounds and I walked off 120 pounds. I walked and I prayed, and I walked and I prayed, and I listened to God, and I heard from God. You're going to pray anyway. Most people do, regardless of who your God is. I'm sure that you spend time with your God. So go for a walk and pray. You're getting physical activity in, and you are growing spiritually as well. Okay, please understand this. Wellness is not just your diet, or it's not just exercise. That is a combination, and yes, it is important, but it's not all there is to wellness. Okay. Does it help you? Absolutely. Is that all there is to it? No. There's more to wellness than your diet or just exercising. There's a whole lot more to it. Okay. And here's the thing that we really, 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 and add 10,000 more reallys to this, that we really need to understand about wellness. We have to understand that wellness is not a destination. Wellness is not a destination. It's not like you say, oh, well, I'm going to get rid of high blood pressure and be done with it. Okay, yeah, you can get rid of high blood pressure, but in order to continue to not have high blood pressure, you have to do something. So it's an ongoing journey. Please understand that. Wellness is not a final destination. It is an ongoing journey. And it's something that you should work at every single day of your life. Every day that you wake up and you're above ground, you should work at maintaining your wellness, because it's very important. Not just staying healthy, but being well. Mind, body, soul. All three of those things, because they're all connected. You can't have one without the other. And all three of them together is where you have your wholeness and your completion. But separately, if you have something going on in your mind, I guarantee you it's going to affect your body. It's going to affect your health. Absolutely. If you are troubled in your soul, it's going to affect your mind, and it's going to affect your body. So they're all intertwined. That's why that's why it's not a destination. That's why it's an ongoing journey. And the reason why I think that's important for us to understand, because we want to keep all of them intact so that we can walk in wellness, okay? Now, everyone's paths look different. And I'm not saying, I know that everybody's not going to do what I do. Yes, I go to the gym 5 days a week. And yes, I work out 2 hours every single day, 5 days a week. I do. And I'm not expecting everyone to do what I do. Okay, so everyone's path is different. It is a personal evolving. That's why you have to understand that it's not a destination, it's an ongoing journey. And through that journey, you are constantly evolving through that journey. As we age, wellness becomes about longevity and vitality. Okay, in about a month, about 30 days, 31 days, I'm going to be 68 years old. And trust me, wellness is at the top of my list. Because as you age, wellness, longevity, and vitality is going to be your focus. Now, if you're in your 30s, then, of course, you're not thinking about being 68. And I get it, because when I was 30, I didn't think about being 68 either. 68 never crossed my mind in my 30s or 40s. Now, when I hit 50, that was a different story. I started thinking about things a little bit different, as we all do. However, I would strongly suggest that even if you are in your 30s or 40s, that you will start looking at longevity and vitality. And that is what wellness is. So yes, absolutely look at that. Okay. Let me share some small daily choices that you can make that will help you to maintain wellness. Okay. Now, I talk about the four principles, the four pillars, if you will: the hydration, the sleep, what you're eating, and exercise. Those things are major. Those things will definitely help you to maintain your health. Okay, hydration, meditation, prayer, sleep, your gut health. Those things help you to maintain and create wellness, lasting wellness, because that's what you want. That's why it's a journey and not a destination, because it's something that you have to constantly work at. And creating lasting wellness is making sure that you're getting some physical activity in, that you're drinking half of your body weight in ounces every single day, that you're getting a minimum of 7 to 8 hours of sleep every day, and that you are watching what you're eating. Now, I'm not saying you got to become vegan or vegetarian, but eliminate the processed food. I talk about that stuff all the time. This is the stuff that will help you to stay well. And, if you're going through some things mentally or emotionally, get some help. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I need some coaching, or I need a therapist, or even a psychiatrist. There's nothing wrong with that. I know that there was a time when people were embarrassed to say that they go to therapy and or I'm embarrassed to have a life coach. Nope, we need that. We all need a coach, because the coach helps us call the plays in our lives. So yes, it's important. Here's a way to look at wellness. Wellness is not just being healthy. Look at it as being empowered. You are empowered when you have complete wellness, mind, body, soul. There's no restriction with that. So look at wellness as being empowerment. You are empowering yourself when you are completely well, okay? Wellness equals harmony in your body, your mind, and your soul. You want to have the harmony. You want to make sure that you are good mentally, emotionally, and physically. They all matter because they're all connected. Okay, so here's what I want to encourage you to do. I want to encourage you to pick one thing pertaining to wellness and focus on that one thing this week. Whether it's your sleep, whether it's your hydration, whether it's your food intake, or whether it's exercise. I want you to take one of those 4 things, and I want you to focus on just one. You don't have to eat the whole elephant at once, just one bite at a time. So let's take one thing this week, just one this week, and let's focus on that. I am in the process of a 21-day Reset Your Life in 21-Day challenge. I urge you to get on my Facebook page. I post something on all of my Facebook pages every single day, and all that information will be attached to this podcast. I printed a booklet so that you can follow along. It gives you some great insight on your wellness. Join the 21-day. I know that I think we're like 10 days in, but it's okay. It's okay. The reason why it's 21 days is because it really takes us 21 days to form a habit. So even though you may have missed the first 10 days, it's okay. Start from where you are right now and pick one thing to focus on this week. Okay? And let's start to reset your life. Okay, so you can pick up from here, and then you can continue on for the 21 days. Even though you've missed the first 10 days, you just continue on with that. Okay, I want you to just take one thing. I don't want you to be overwhelmed by all 4 principles. I just want you to look at one thing, and you decide what that one thing is. If you're having problems with your sleeping habits, or your eating habits, or drinking enough water, or getting some form of exercise in, then make up your mind today that you are going to find one of those 4 things, and you're going to focus on one of those 4 things for the whole entire week. Okay? And then next week, take another thing and focus on that one thing. Incorporate one thing every single week for 4 weeks. Just focus on one thing a week, okay? And when you do that, you will find that your life will you'll feel so much better. There's a guide that I attached to the motivational quote that I put out every morning on my Facebook page. Please go to any of my Facebook pages, group pages, whatever, and check it out, because I think that this will be something that will be very helpful for you. Understand this, that wellness is not something that you chase. It's something that you create. You can't chase wellness. You can create it, though. So let's thrive together. Go and check out the 21-day Reset Your Life, Your Wellness, and let's get started. Let's do this today. Today is a great day to get started. Hey, that's what I have for you today. I hope this episode has shed some light on what wellness really is, and that you will not just create the wellness, but you will also maintain the wellness. If this episode has added any value to your life, please share it with someone who it may benefit as well. Subscribe to my channel so that every time I drop a new episode, you will be notified. But before I get out of here, as usual, I got to give a shout out to all my listeners around the world. I am just so thrilled that there's so many people listening. I think I was on my website and I saw, I want to say, I don't know if it was Ukraine, wherever it was, the downloads are just incredible. The downloads are incredible. So I want to thank you all for listening here in the United States, Canada, Australia, Russia Federation, China, Mexico, Belgium, Ireland, South Africa, Brazil, Nigeria, United Kingdom, Germany, France, Bangladesh, Ukraine, Kuwait, India, Hong Kong, Dominican Republic, Philippines, Barbados, Saudi Arabia, Spain, Japan, Netherlands, Pakistan, Indonesia, Portugal, Singapore, Peru, and we just added Samoa. I didn't even know where that was. Seriously, I had to go and do some research. It's like, okay, where is Samoa? I had no idea. It's way out in the Pacific Ocean. I mean, it's the only island out there. And it's like, it's near Fiji. So I was like, wow, people are actually listening in Samoa. That is amazing. But God did promise me that my voice would be heard through the four corners of the earth. And I'm so thankful and I'm grateful for each and every one of you all listening today. Thank you for joining me here on Thriving After 50, Mind, Body, Soul. This is Master Coach G, and I will see you on the next level.